do, gamesters and fellow toy hunters? Coming to you today with yet another game pickups video. These are pickups from the Kmart that is closing by my house. 2 different GameStop visits today, and also a pickup from Best Buy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Kmart pickups. Now, I only picked up 2 things. I'm kind of waiting to see if the percentage is going to drop a little more. They still have quite a few electronics and games and things. The sale has been going on since the beginning of this month, and the percentage should be dropping pretty soon because, well, come to find out, they're not closing until October, but they still should be starting to drop the percentage. So I'm waiting to see maybe if I can get an even better deal on some things that I was eyeballing. But anyway, I've been eyeballing these for a little bit, and I figured I'd go ahead and pick them up today because there's only 1 copy of each of them, and I wasn't sure if they were going to continue to have them. In fact, when I looked for them, I could only find 1, and I thought the other one had been bought already, but it was in the top rack of this bin. The game bin that I was looking at, it has cage sides that hold the games, and then it has a big bin on the top. And that's what had happened, is the game had been placed in that top bin and covered over with stuff. So thank goodness I dug around and I looked, because I would have missed out entirely. But they're PSP games, and I ended up getting Loco Roco and Loco Roco 2. Now, I'm really excited to pick these up because I had looked at game footage, and they just look like really, really happy, kind of quirky games, and I love the music. I was sitting there humming the music as I was watching the Let's Plays just to see what the gameplay was like and everything. And they seem like the type of songs that they get stuck in your head, but unlike Patapon, if you come from my previous channel, you'll kind of know my experiences with Patapon. I don't like Patapon, but it's very repetitive, and that's also a rhythm game, and I'm not the best at rhythm games. Really, kind of the only exception that I make is for Gitaru Man Lives on the PSP. Even though I'm not the greatest at it, it's just a really, really fun game. But I digress. These are the types of songs that you don't mind being stuck in your head because they're just happy, kind of fluffy nonsense. And if somebody knows, let me know if the words that they're singing, if they're actually nonsense or if they're just another language. But really, really looking forward to playing these. Like I said, they just seem like a bunch of happy fluff. So, okay, now the first GameStop that I stopped at, I picked up 3 titles or for 3 different systems, and I was excited to pick this first one up because I haven't seen it new in a GameStop, let alone pre-owned. And the game I picked up was Sorcery Saga: Curse of the Great Curry God. And I've been wanting this game for a little while. I had some stuff to trade in, and I had seen this game there at the beginning of the week. And I figured it would probably stay there because it's a very unusual title by Axis, and Axis, like Atlas, and Miss America, they publish for a very niche market, so they don't publish a lot, and then the games are kind of odd, so they usually tend to hang around a little bit, and then when they're gone, and that's it. You can't lay hands on them. But I saw Pete Dorr open the special edition of this, and I decided I'd go ahead and I would give the special edition a miss, even though I could still lay my hands on it, just because it came with a bib, a nice bib, and a curry plate, and a spoon, because it's, of course, all based around, you do synthesis, but you make, it's like synthesis with recipes. You make different kinds of curry and stuff. It seems really odd and really quirky and right up my alley, but I really like collector sets that come with at least a book or some kind of reading material, an art book, or like the Ease Otha, what is it? Not Otha Feldana, Tales of Celceta or something like that. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but came in a really nice silver anniversary limited edition. It had like a journal book that you could read, and it came with a compass as well. No art book or anything with the special edition for Sorcery Saga, so I've decided I'd just go ahead and give it a miss because special editions do take up a lot of space and things, and So I kind of try to be selective about my special editions. But yeah, really, really looking forward to playing this. And definitely kind of top on my list. I'm playing a lot of different things right now, so I may not get to it right away. Now, this game is a guilty pleasure for me. I have 2 other incarnations of this game. It's the same game, but they just release it for different systems, and then they add some new unlockables and stuff. And I'm such a big fan of the series, and I really want to see this genre of games really take off, that I do try and buy these games new. I wait for a little bit of a price drop, and then I will buy the games new. And that is hakuouki. What is it? Stories of the Shinsengumi. I almost said the other title, which is Memories of the Shinsengumi, and that's the one for the 3DS. But what started my obsession was, of course, the game for the PSP. I picked it up on a whim, and that is hakuouki, Demons of the Fleeting Blossom. I picked up the special edition because it was very cheap at that time, and it came with an art book and stuff, and I started playing it, and I just fell in love. So I found out that there were other incarnations of hakuouki, and I was really praying that they would bring them over, and so far they've brought them all over, and I'm really excited. I've got them all except for the fighting game that they came out with. I think it was last year or the year before, but I definitely want to lay hands on that, and then I'll have all of the hakuouki games. But I highly recommend these. They're romance. It's kind of a, if you're not familiar with this, it's kind of a choose your own ending kind of thing. You know, you'll come to a point in the story where you have to make a choice, and that choice determines who you will end the game with, romantically, and how the story will progress. So it's really, really good. And also there's quite a bit of history thrown in here, Japanese history, so if you're into that, you know, I highly recommend this game. Any of the games, they're all good. They just have, like I said, different unlockables and things. And this last game that I picked up, I was really, really excited to see. It's a Wii title, and I originally had this game for the PS2, but something happened to my copy. I think at some point it ended up being borrowed, and I never got it back. So I was really kind of upset about it because I hadn't got a chance to play it, and but I'd heard good things about it, and then of course I couldn't find it, and then it was just god-awful expensive when I could find it. So I was excited to see this for $8.99 with my discount, and that is Sakura Wars So Long My Love. It's a NIS America title, and I'm always really impressed with what NIS America does, so really excited to finally get to play this. Still don't know who borrowed it, but you know, I have my suspicions. But anyway, but I'm not getting it back, I know that much. Okay, this next game, those are that's what I picked up from the first GameStop. I haven't had any sleep. I worked overtime last night, so I'm not functioning very well right now. I always seem to say that, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, the next GameStop that I went to, I also picked up 3 titles for the PS3. Now, this first one that I picked up, I literally just picked up for the case, because, as you know, in my last video, if you watched my last game pickups video, the copy of Trinity Universe that I got didn't have a case. They stuck the artwork in a Blu-ray case, and it was just horrible and terrible. So this didn't come with any artwork, but it did have an original PlayStation 3 case. And I told the guy at the GameStop counter, I said, don't pull a new one out for me. I said, I'm literally just getting this for the case, so you can give me the disc-only copy. And he just kind of looked like, ugh. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the game, but, you know, the game that I picked up was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And the only Call of Duties that I play are Black Ops. I still have to get Black Ops 2. And Ghosts. I haven't gotten a chance to get stuck into Ghosts yet because I'm playing so many other things, but the story looked really good, and I know a lot of people who play Call of Duty, they're not really story-driven or into the story, so I think that's why I got bad marks, but some guys that I was talking to that are into the story, they did say that the story was good. The campaign was kind of short, but the story was good, which is why I like to play a lot of games, so I may put this in and give it a go, but I'm not expecting great things because those are the only two Call of Duties that I play. Okay, next up, I got a copy of Iron Man for the PlayStation 3. Now, I have heard extreme reviews for this. It seems to be you either love it or you hate it. I've heard, oh, it's a great game, and I also heard kill it with fire. So, I'm a huge Iron Man fan. I love the Avengers. I do want to get Iron Man 2. I've heard the controls are a little wonky on this, and the voice acting isn't that great. But I definitely am happy to have it. It doesn't have its manual, but that's okay. I'm going to try, and I probably can find a manual for this pretty easy, but I was excited to pick it up, and it was complete in its case. And a lot of times with the older PlayStation 3 games that have like the Spider-Man writing and stuff, especially when they get to a certain price point, it's very hard to find them complete in GameStop. And the last game that I got, I actually saw this earlier in the week when I went to that same GameStop, but I had to come home and check my collection because I wasn't sure if I had it, and I didn't have it. And that game is Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. So I was excited to get this because I love the Ninja Gaiden series. Yeah, it is kind of violent, and it is a little difficult, but Ninja Gaiden is really cool. I liked Sigma. I'm sure I'll like Sigma 2. And I do need to clean the case up a little bit, but it is complete, which was nice. So and that does it for my pickups from GameStop. And then the last game that I picked up was from Best Buy. And I went in initially into this Best Buy to get something else, and they didn't have what I was looking for, so I was just browsing the game section. And I stopped when I saw this particular game. There was actually two games there that I wanted, but I didn't pick up the other one today. I'm going to go back and get it. I'm trying to wait for my points to drop, so I'll maybe be able to get $10 off of it, which would be really, really sweet. But I picked up a Vita title, and that is Demon Gaze. Now, I have been wanting Demon Gaze for quite a while now. I hear good and bad about it, but it really, really kind of caught my eye when I was on the NIS America website. And it just seemed like an interesting sort of a premise for a game. But I was trying to wait for a price drop on it. And sometimes NIS America games, their price will drop, and sometimes they won't. So you never know. And then at times they'll disappear and you'll never see them again. They won't do a reprint or anything. So when I went into Best Buy and I saw this sitting there for $21.99, they had it on clearance. I snatched one up immediately. I'm like, okay, you're coming home with me because that's probably the best price I'm going to get brand new. Now watch, it'll drop down even lower than that somewhere. But I'm glad to have it. It was clearanced out. I know this is a good copy. It's all, sealed and everything. Because a lot of times, when you go to GameStop, you don't have the seals on it. But I'm not going to play this right away because, as I said, I'm in the middle of playing like a bunch of different things. But this is definitely on my list to get played soon. So that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and thumbs up the video for really cool game pickups. And definitely, if you are not one of my lovely subscribers, do yourself a favor, click the subscribe button down below and become an inmate of the Madhouse. And leave me a comment down below if you're so inclined. I love to read them, and I love to respond to them. I want to thank you guys again for watching, and as always, peace, love, and happy gaming and toy hunting. Bye, y'all.